We're on YouTube.
And I'll get Instagram up.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep.
I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled the world over
And everywhere.
but never found a peace
No peace.
that comes from watching my fishes
Ah,
as
my
they
fish.
swim about their home.
Yeah.
My heart is happy and I am content to sit and watch them swim. I will not be alone while these fishies are in my home. When the sunlight shines upon them and their colors begin to glow, I am drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I imagine scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home.
Hey, everybody. Not a fine father fish. There he is. Found you. Nope.
There we are. I made it.
Yep, you made it.
There was no question about it for a minute there.
Right.
Glory. Great day. Another great day. Another absolutely great day. And if it ain't a great day, you need to say it's a great day.
Right?
Make it a great day.
That's it.
A great day is a great day if you say it's a great day.
Sounds like a plan to me.
That's it. That's it.
Right?
No, it's true. It's true.
It is.
I was thinking about it today. I was thinking, I've been here in a couple of weeks. I've been here 85 years. And I'd like to keep on being here,
Absolutely.
just as long, because I really love this. I mean, I love this whole thing. I love this earth. I love this universe. I love this whole thing. I take great joy. And now I know I'm a creature of it. I know I'm a mote of dust or less. I'm an atom in the universe so vast. I was watching, there's a new digital camera in Chile on top of the mountain down there that is shooting. It's a massive camera. It's a 3-ton camera that costs like $50 million or some god awful thing to build. It's a digital camera that takes trillions of pictures every minute, day, hour, whatever. It takes as many pictures in one day as Hubble and what's the other one? The two spacecraft take in a year, in one day. So they're mapping over a 10-year period. They're making a movie of the entire southern sky.
Oh, that's going to be amazing.
So you'll be able to see movement and just the pictures that are coming. it's so deeper and much more clarity than even the Hubble, or what is the name of the other? Somebody knows.
Is it the James Webb Telescope?
The James Webb, yes. The Webb or Hubble. Even deeper field than Webb. And they had a picture from it, and it was just astounding. I mean, you look at that and you see these tiny bits of light are entire galaxies. Galaxies. Not just a solar system, but a million solar systems. And they're a million times away. You know, there are a million of them between here and there, probably a billion. I mean, the numbers are infinite. And if they're not infinite, they may as well be.
Right. Definitely seems infinite.
It is. Rosa Becerra is up. Rosa, what do you got? What do you got on your heart, dear? Good to see you. Let me get us all together here.
Oh my
Hi
God.
there.
Hi.
How are you?
I can't believe I'm talking to you.
You are. Welcome.
I'm so excited to talk to you. I will tell you, let me show you my tank. My tank has been amazing ever since I've been doing what you've told me to do. I got ick one time and it cleared up after I followed your instruction. I bought your substrate. I'm going to change it on Friday. I'm so excited to do that.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so I'm just,
So where are
I
you
love you
from?
so much. Thank you.
Thank
I've
you.
never been starstruck, and I've met so many celebrities, and I'm so starstruck with you right now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh
That's
my gosh.
amazing.
Thank you so much for all
Where
you
are
do.
you? Where are you located?
I'm in Long Beach, California.
California. Nice to
Yes.
see you.
Nice to see you. Thank
Are
you.
you ready for the tsunami?
Yes, I'm ready for the tsunami. I've life jackets. My fish are ready. We're all ready.
Stay safe.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Well, thank
Love
you.
you.
Nice to have you, Rose.
Okay. All
Well,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, come back and show us your tank
I
when you
will.
got it set up again.
Thank you so much. I will.
Bye for now.
Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. She has a beautiful setup.
That's sweet. Sweet lady.
Mhm.
Sweet lady. I've had half a dozen calls today from, golly, from people just like that who are just so excited. I got a call from Hawaii. I got a call, where in the world was it? From Israel.
Wow.
I got another call from Texas. That's where it was. And they called because they were so excited about their tank, because it's such a joy to them. And it wasn't before.
Mm-hmm.
And that story is repeated 1,000 times a day. It's extraordinary.
Yeah,
Just extraordinary. I think that's really the story we need to tell. That's our story.
right.
We're
It really
bringing
is.
joy to the world. Joy to the world.
There's a lot of joy that can be found in your fish tank.
Amen. Amen to that. Who's here?
Oh, Danios.
Danios Chechia. Danios.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. The fish are acclimating nicely. Plants are growing well. Only thing that happened was that my mystery snails unfortunately died. But I found out in a very funny way. I came home, looked at the aquarium, and I saw two coolie loaches poking out of this mystery snail, and a few days later out of this snail. So
They would do it. That's
they
right.
just love them. They
They
just
did.
love the snails.
Yeah, they had them for dinner.
Yeah, they had them for dinner, And
Right.
this tank, I'm gonna be putting a male betta in here. I don't know if the plants are grown enough, or if there's enough plants for the betta.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, okay. So next time I go buy some more Corys, because I think I'll be putting the Corys with the babies. I heard that it should be fine, that they don't actively hunt
Usually,
them.
yeah.
Yeah. So next time when I go buy the Corys, I'll also buy a male betta for this tank.
Nice.
This girl's gonna be breeding. And the babies are also doing well. One of my guppies gave birth, one of the new ones. I
Uh-huh.
put her I put her in the normal tank already. There's some of the babies. They're so tiny.
Very good. You bet.
They
Yeah,
are little ones.
but there's tons of tiny babies here. Some Daniel babies even. Well, two Daniels were even big enough to be put in the main tank, so that's very good. Finally having some fish that are not from a store.
Right. That's good.
But the tanks look great. And
Yes, doing
also,
wonderfully, Dominguez.
the brackish tank has gotten a nice layer of biofilm thanks to the wood just letting out
Yeah,
everything
you got a
that
bubbler
it's
or
left.
you have water.
Well, I do have a filter here, but unfortunately I don't have a compressor yet. I'm gonna have to order one. I'm gonna have to buy a heater, a compressor, and some of the salt for aquariums.
Right.
So that's the
That's
next
what-
thing I'm gonna buy. But I'm excited for the bumblebee gobies to go
That'll
in
be
here after
fun.
it's
Yeah, you
set
bet.
up.
You bet. That'll be
Yeah,
great.
cute little guys. And
Really.
I also wanted to ask you, do you know any way to get a little bit of tannins out of the water? Because the
Yeah,
tannins have
charcoal.
been,
What kind of filter do you have?
well, I have uh, a filter like this, a sponge filter. Well,
Okay.
it's and a pretty strong compressor. I don't know how many liters. I think it's 70 liters an hour or
If
something
you have
extreme
a
like
hang
that.
on the back, you can put charcoal, activated charcoal, in it, and it will absorb a lot of the tannins. That's
Hmm.
one way to do it. You could even put charcoal in there loose, or put it in a little,
Yeah, I heard that you can put charcoal, but it will get the water a little bit dirty, but that doesn't really matter. At least the
yeah,
plants will
clear
be
stuff, right?
fine.
Yeah,
At least the plants will be happy. And
right,
the bed has also been happy.
right.
So, yeah. I hope you have a
The
good
other
good evening.
you can do a water change too, partial, small water
Yeah,
change. Yeah,
yeah. Water changes also work. The I'll try the carbon because I well rather prefer not doing water changes to keep the
yeah.
water.
It's good to have
But
a little bit of carbon on hand,
yeah,
sir.
I'll buy some carbon.
Good
But
job,
thank you for the
Daria.
advice.
Love what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good evening.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. He's definitely got a lot of nice tanks.
Yes. Oh my goodness. What else is going on here?
Not too much. Had to put a troll in timeout.
Polar bear, cinnamon girl, gotherfish. Rosso loves gotherfish. Gather. Is that gather? It is. It's gather. Gathered fish. Gather. Never realized that. That's funny. Father and gather.
Yep.
Gather, father. Well, and I do. I do gather. I'm a gatherer. I am a hunter gatherer. Indeed.
Mhm.
Very fair. Father Father fish, the hunter-gatherer.
There you go.
And it says, just epicness. Awesome tanks. Fair bottom, Branton. Mystery snails need a lot more food than people realize. Yeah, but you can feed them a lot of things that are not normal fish food, like lettuce and spinach, zucchini. They love zucchini. Any kind of vegetable matter. And you don't need to blanch it. Just put it in there. Lettuce, romaine, even like mustard or some coarser leaves, vegetables. Corn. I wouldn't put corn in. Corn's
Yeah, that
not
probably would
sugar.
work.
Well, it would create a mess.
Yeah.
Something recently came up talking about putting sugar. What in the world was it?
In the fish
Putting
tank?
sugar. Yeah, they were using sugar to do something. I don't even remember what. Making food or something. And I was really surprised because generally sugar is a real bad pollutant.
Yeah, it is.
Because it breaks down, it gets into the total water column instantly.
Mm-hmm.
It dissolves into the water column, and it's a super abundance of enzymes, not enzymes, of nutrients. It's a super nutrient. And when you put a super nutrient in the tank, it tends to create a super problem. If you get too much, and it's easy. I've done that in the past. I don't know that I've ever actually put sugar in, but I put wood in that was not cured, and the sugars and the wood came out, and it was astounding how quickly it fouled the tank. And this was a big tank. It was a 200-gallon tank, and it was a big piece of driftwood, but it fouled that tank really fast. I didn't lose much. I saw it happening. It was a matter of hours.
Wow.
It was just amazing how quickly it happened. So that really kind of freaked me out. And the thing is, I didn't realize that it was raw wood because it was a trunk, and the outside of it was dry, but it was retaining such a huge amount of moisture inside that was not visible, that when I put it in the water and the water began to soak into it, it very quickly reached that nutrient layer and just started feeding it out into the water. It turned the water brown in a matter of hours. The fish were gasping. And like I said, this is a big tank. And I had all kinds of aeration going. I had a canister plus maybe two canisters, plus 2 or 3 sponge filters. A lot of filtration in it, a lot of vegetation. All it did was spread it around.
Mm.
So I pulled the wood out, did a small water change, about a 10-gallon water, 10%, about probably 25 gallons. And it settled down very quickly because it was able to burn off what was left. If it had continued producing it in the water column, it would have overwhelmed it. But
Yeah.
being able to stop it, and that's the thing you need to understand. When a tank goes bad, if you remove the pollutant as quickly as possible, what's remaining in there, the tank will be able to deal with it, assimilate it, and overcome it. So that water, even if it's rotten, stinky, foul, by removing what is continuing, persisting in adding pollutants consistently, just pouring them into it. If you take that out, like a big dead fish will foul the water and keep pumping these pollutants into the water for a week until it's finally, broken down. And then the water will clear up. Because once the biologicals are able to get control again, able to consume all that waste, then they're able to, that's the nature of a natural system. And all systems on Earth are natural systems. They all work the same way. And your tank works that way as well. So if you overfeed and things start going bad, the first thing to do is grab a net, swirl the water, catch as much of that excess food as you can, and take it out. Then you can siphon what's left if you still see more. And then let it sit. If it's real bad, you can do a 10% water change. If the fish are gasping, take them out. Give them a safer place to be until things stabilize. Within hours to a day, it will stabilize. Within 2 to 3 days, it'll clear up. I usually let a tank like that go for a week before I'll put the fish back in, just to make sure it's solid and balanced and stable. But it does it all by itself. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to go out there and throw it all out and start over. You don't need to dump it. You don't need to do 100% water change. None of that. Get the major pollutant out, whatever it is that's causing the problem. And usually that's pretty straightforward. If it's not, if you don't know why the tank is foul, then you've got a problem. And what that means is you need to look more deeply because something is doing it. Something is causing it. And it may be something you're doing on a routine basis, like overfeeding. That can do it. That food could disappear. But the fact that you're putting excess food in on a routine basis is overwhelming the system. And it's right on the edge. And it may even be failing because of the constant supply of excess nutrition coming in. It'll absorb it. It'll take it up. Maybe the fish will eat it all, but it's going to produce a waste that will challenge the ability of the bacteria and the other microfauna in there to be able to cope with that level of biomass, that level of waste. By doing that gradually, you can increase the biomass. And I frankly believe that biomass will increase virtually infinitely. It'll increase to the point where it's utilizing every bit of oxygen that is able to get into the water column. So in a more turbid environment where the water's flowing hard or there's ocean current and waves, you'll have a higher biomass than in a pond where the water is still and not moving at all. That'll have a much lower biomass because it won't be able to accommodate as much nutrient. So I don't know how I got off that track.
Oh, we've got a
There,
question from Stephen Clark, and also thank you for the donation. Father Fish, what's your method for getting rid of parasites?
depends on the parasite, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If it is something that is actually infesting the tank that cannot be controlled with temperature, I use a medication, a pharmaceutical.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of them available. I saw one through the shop. There are lots of them that are out there. And just dose with it, but dose carefully. Don't overdose, because if you do, you'll kill off your entire biomass. So it's a little risky. Usually, if it's an internal parasite, like a worm, then you need to put that medication in food or buy medicated food so that the fish can get the medication in their gut. I use, as a first approach, I use garlic, and I find that 99% of the time it's totally effective in getting rid of the parasites, and I don't need to go further. So that's a purely organic fix that doesn't create any kind of problem in the tank. Beyond that, if need be, you can use a pharmaceutical medication. The same with bacteria. If you have a particularly virulent bacterial infection, you may need to treat it with a pharmacological product, an antibacterial product. What I find is if there is infection on the fish, it's more effective to treat that infection topically than it is to treat the entire tank. Treating the entire tank does not really get medication where it's needed, which is on that wound. A bacterial infection on a fish is a product of a wound. It's not a product of anything else. The wound may be caused by a parasite. Anything that breaks the surface could be a scratch, could be a parasite, could be a lot of different things. It rarely is bacteria in and of itself. There are some viruses that can do that. They can break the protective coating on the fish. The fish's saline is a protective coating that prevents bacteria and parasites from getting in. That's its primary function. It also prevents water from getting in, like with saltwater fish. They have a much denser slime coat because they have to keep the salt water from getting into their body, which would kill them. So they need to be able to filter it so that they're filtering out the salt and only taking in the purer water. It's a much more sophisticated system. Freshwater fish don't quite have that problem. I lost track of where I was going with all that. Oh well. Jacob is here. Let's see what Jacob's got to say for himself.
Sounds like a plan.
Hi, Jacob.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So I added some a whole bunch of schooling, some more of these guys, and like the tetras to bring more dithering into the system.
Bring more dithering in. That's pretty clever.
Yeah, well, it kind of helps for like the shyness, and then it kind of takes some of the aggression so that they'll take it out on smaller things that can handle that, so that they're not actually taking it out constantly on their own species. I've
Mhm.
seen that that actually really
Yeah, I
works.
agree with you. That's right.
And then earlier, one fish that I did bring in, it was weak, and my crayfish was right here, and that's the fastest I've ever seen them claws come to work because it brought its claws here, grabbed it, yanked it, and shot it back underneath.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Oh yeah, that was fast. The minute I put him in, he started tripping out because he was about this big on a glow tetra, and his body was really dented in, which means that his insides was shutting down. He had no appetite. He was very sick, and I didn't even notice it until he went into the tank.
Right.
But that crayfish, she spotted it immediately because she got it. She took it back there in the sand.
Predator prey. Predator prey. Interesting,
Oh,
isn't it?
That it
oh
is.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And then this little bit that I get up here, I'm not worried about that. That's nothing. That's really all the algae I really get, other than this wee little bit of spotty I get. That's it.
Yeah.
Because I
Nice.
don't get a demand to be in the system. It's
What are
in
you
there.
what are you feeding?
The raw shrimp and three little cubes of bloodworms, or I'll change it up and give them three little cubes of brine shrimps every
When
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Very little, not a whole lot.
and raw
And
shrimp. You grind it or chop it or
yeah, do it the way you guys showed me, and then you put it in the baggies, and then you just take a little chunk and then toss it
you
right
put
in
it in the
for them.
blender. Yeah, yeah. That's amazing. We feed a lot of that. We feed pounds
That
of it every week. Yeah.
that's what this little thing is right there. They haven't got that little piece there or there
Oh yeah.
or there. But other than that, those little bugs on top, um, they're
The
always there.
Oh yeah, the
They're
springtails.
all oh
springtails,
yeah, they're all
yeah.
over the place. I only brung them in probably one or two times, and then the generation of them infinitely created because they was allowed to establish in here and live
They're a
properly.
wonderful cleaner.
That
They're
they
Yes,
are.
they are.
they're very popular in terrariums
Hmm.
because they're able to keep waste cleaned up in a terrarium.
I seen that. You can buy them in like this little circle thing, and then you open it up, and it's got a whole bunch of them in it. A whole bunch.
Yeah, right,
Hmm.
right. Pretty neat. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank y'all.
Thanks.
Appreciate you. Bye bye. Ta da.
Yeah. Well, we got a few questions for you.
All right, what do you got?
Kevin asks.
Raw
Hmm.
zucchini. What you need to do is weigh it down. um, put a rock on it. I'm trying to remember what we used to use. Something with a clip on it that was weighted. But I just don't remember, like a clothespin with weight on it.
That's
Might
pretty
have been
cool.
just might have been just like a plastic clothespin that sank.
Mhm.
And then a thin slice of zucchini, not a big chunk. Slice it like an eighth of an inch. It'll be a lot. That way they'll be able to eat it all. You're not gonna have it sitting in there getting slimy. Oh dear. pea gravel he wants to use.
Pool filter sand works a lot better.
Substrate, bare bottom sand, pea gravel. I don't understand what you want to do. You want to do a sand substrate.
That won't have any nutrients in it though.
You want to cap it with pea gravel. And you maybe want to put driftwood in it. Who is this? Wickershire Project. Oh, good. I don't. Yeah. What are you trying to create? What's the purpose of the tank or the use of the tank? What do you intend to have in it or do with it?
I'll be watching for its comment.
Okay. What else you got? That it? Oh. Increase water movement. Get more. Yeah. Well, yes. Absolutely. Because you're increasing the oxygen level in the tank. It's all based on oxygen. It's based on CO2-O2 exchange. And the more turbidity there is at the surface, the more exchange can occur. So having the water moving is a big part of that. That's the reason I like moving water. An air stone would be adequate, and it really is adequate. I prefer to use sponge filters just to add a little more, what do I want to call it? A little more, there's a word for this, like substrate. A little more material that hosts beneficial bacteria in the lake.
Biomedia?
A little, yeah, that'd be good. A little more media. Media is the word I want, right? The sponge filter creates a bit more media, and it's in many ways better because you're pulling water through it. And it tends to get over a period of time, and by that I mean in 6 months or so, it'll get to the point where it'll be really heavy. It'll be solid almost with material. And usually what I'll do at that point is remove it, clean it, rinse it. At the shop, I used to throw those sponges in a dedicated washing machine, a clothes washing machine that had never seen soap.
That's cool.
And I didn't put anything in, just water, and they would come out brand new. But I had a very strong biological substrate, so the sponge filter was really just in addition to that, and the system was not so much dependent upon it, at least not for the short time it took to clean the sponge and replace it. But the water movement, that's really the key. Where there's water movement, the water that's at the bottom, which may have a lot of CO2 in it, is brought up to the surface where it can be released and oxygen can be dissolved, can be pulled into the water. That can't happen in the bottom. That can only happen at the surface. So CO2, now a certain amount of CO2 is taken up by plants. So the CO2 that's being generated in the substrate, which is why we don't need CO2 pumped into the tank for plant growth, because that substrate is it's a carbon dioxide engine. That's primarily what it does. I mean, there are everything that's living down there is generating waste, and the plants are pulling it out at a sufficient rate for it to be replaced with oxygen, for there to be a flow. There's always a flow in sand. Sand does not compress. But a lot of people are under the apprehension, the misapprehension, that if you have deep sand, it compresses. It does not. It'd be like a jar full of marbles. Marbles don't compress. You could have marbles, I don't know how tall, before the ones at the bottom would start crushing, but it would be pretty tall.
It would.
Same with sand. I mean, you can do it, but you got to have miles of it for that sand. Probably a mile.
Probably
a mile deep. The sand will be compressed and break down. But in a fish tank, it certainly does not.
Mm-mm.
It does not compress at all. So and even more importantly, it's not uniform.
Mhm.
It's jagged. It's rough. It's broken rock. It's literally what it is. It's broken, crushed rock that are like this,
Mhm.
with gaps in between. And it's those gaps that allow the flow. Now, if you have gravel, larger pieces, the gaps are bigger and the water can flow through much more quickly and more naturally.
Mhm.
So in a normal tank where you have water flowing, if you have gravel in the bottom, that water's flowing, the gravel's not stopping it. It's flowing right through the gravel. So it's pulling out nutrients and pulling out waste and in effect polluting the tank. The heavier stuff will stay down there, but you'll never get a real balance. And there you'll always be doing water changes. You'll always be cleaning the ground. If you had it 6 inches deep, you could get away with it. You wouldn't even really need to clean the top of it because it would be precipitating down deep enough that it's not going to wash out. But that 6 inches of gravel, 6 inches of gravel equates to 2 inches of sand. And at that, it probably is not precise because that grain of sand is less than 1/6 the size of the grain of gravel. It's probably could be 1/100. Now
That's
you're
a
up,
big difference.
you're up to 8 feet of gravel. You know, but 6 inches you can do it, and it'll work.
Mhm.
I've just never chosen to do that.
Mhm.
I've chosen to have sand now. I do like the look of the little tiny river rock, the river pebbles. I think that's really pretty, and I like dressing the tank with it. I've also dressed the tank with colored sand. I haven't gotten into colored sand since I've been here. I worked with a company in Florida that made colored sand in 16 different colors. And I carried a lot of those colors in 1-pound bags, and they were wonderful. It's extremely fine sand. It's art sand. That's exactly what art sand is. It's colored fast. You can put it in the water, and it does not, I don't know what the process is, but it does not leach. It'll keep that color forever. Amazing, amazing stuff. It's wonderful as an artistic touch in bedded tanks
Mhm.
because you can use it to heighten the color, the reflective color, or the comparative color of the fish. Just
That is really useful.
artistically, yeah.
Yeah.
Really good thing to do. I need to start getting it again. It's a company outside of, it's north of Tampa,
Hmm.
maybe up near you. I'll try to locate them and let you know.
Yeah,
And
that'd be cool.
the problem is shipping. It's so expensive to
Oh, I
ship.
bet.
You know, I used to get 40-pound boxes of it. It was like $20, and that was delivering it less than 100 miles.
Wow.
So 1,000 miles, it's
Mm,
going to be a whole lot more expensive.
that it would.
But I should get it anywhere. It's pretty cool stuff.
Well,
If I still have the phone number,
yeah.
I probably do.
Well, the
Yeah,
asker of
where
the
are
previous
we? Does that
question,
mean you can increase? I'm sorry, what?
the asker of the previous question, the Wicked Shire project off grid, he said he's wanting to make an Amazon River fish tank with Amazon fish.
Do you want flowing water?
Mm-hmm.
If you want flowing water, you can do it with a canister, and that's relatively effective. You just put the pickup at one end and the output at the other, and shoot the water into it, and it'll take it out the other end. So you can have some current, and that's pretty effective. And the reality is, the Amazon does not flow fast. It flows rather slowly, at least in the open sections. So that kind of a canister fix, that's pretty effective. Here's the problem with an Amazon tank. The Amazon River is so turbid, you cannot see into the water. It's like the Nile River. It is essentially a mud river. It has so much tannins in it and detritus in it that you can't see into it. The people who dive, for example, the people who dive for the super fancy L series plecos, they'll go into 30 feet of water, go down to the bottom, feel around for logs, and then reach into those logs until they feel a pleco and grab it and pull it out. So they're literally catching them by hand.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put them in a bag and bring them back up. And they've got fish of some of them a foot long. I mean, it's fascinating. That are worth $1,000 or more. So anybody who can do that effectively is making a lot of money. But it's dangerous. You're in dangerous water. There are predators in there you really don't want to meet.
Yeah, like anacondas.
Big ones, alligator, crocodiles,
They
caiman,
got a little bit of everything.
pacu,
Right?
piranha, you name it. There's no tiger fit there, but what's the other one? The barracuda, the one with the fangs.
Oh, I can't think of the name of that one. I know the one you're talking about. I just can't think of the name of it.
I don't have any. Oh, I decided not to get them this time around. Just too much else I wanted to get.
Mm-hmm.
What else are we on here? What's going on?
Well, we also have a question that's I used some dried oak branches, cooked them, soaked them until they sank. Do you think I'll have a negative impact on my new tank I just set up and planted out?
Soaked them until they sank. Well, you've had them in water. They were dried to begin with. And you put extra effort into essentially cleaning them, cooking out whatever organics might or sugars might still be in there. No, it should be fine. I've never gone to that much effort to clean driftwood. I just let it sit out for bloody ever and then throw it in water for another similar eon, and then I'll put it in the tank. Rarely have I picked up a piece of driftwood off the ground and thrown it in the fish tank. Now, if it's been in the sea, if it's beach wood, I'm usually pretty comfortable throwing that directly in the tank because it visibly, if it visibly has been in the water long enough for all the bark to be gone, for it to have a smooth surface, for there to be holes in it, then it's been in the water probably for years, particularly if it's a hardwood. Well, it would have to be a hardwood. Otherwise, it would be mush. Softwood breaks down very quickly. But hardwood can last for years in the water. And if it's like nut tree or, well, ebony wouldn't break down at all. There are wooden boats sitting on the bottom of the ocean that have been sitting there for 1,000 years. And the wood's still there, and it's still pretty solid. Now, it may have been covered in mud and protected to some extent, but it's been in the water for 1,000 years, and the wood is not deteriorated substantially. So, yeah, you can do that, absolutely. And oak branches are a good choice.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice hardwood. And we've also got this question.
It's calcium usually.
Mm-hmm. That's what I
Or
was
other minerals. It's typically calcium.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard water. Yeah, it happens when you have hard water. It's called an incrustation. It's the reason that we don't like to use air stones in saltwater tanks because the little bubbles splash and micro droplets come out and land on the glass or on the furniture or wherever. And over a period of time, that builds up to the point where you get a crusty mass of salt that's problematic.
Yeah, definitely.
Plus, you're removing, although probably not in a substantial amount, you're removing salinity from the saltwater tank.
Mm-hmm.
Although I would doubt that unless you are making a serious effort to do so, that would not create a salinity problem. What it creates is a mess.
Right? That it does. And then we've got one more question.
Let me stay on this a minute.
Oh, okay.
The calcium buildup, and it could be some kind of a calcium compound, a calcium, I don't know, whatever. It depends on what's in the water. That also is what causes glass tanks to etch. And what etching occurs on the inside as well as the outside. If you have water splashing out of the tank, even in microscopic droplets, and hitting the glass, or water coming to the surface, the edge of the tank, and dribbling down. Over a period of time, if that is hard water, it will actually, like acid, eat into the glass. and what's called etching it. It actually etches it. What it creates is a cloudiness, a haze on the glass. And the only way to correct that, you can put a little bit of oil, Vaseline, something like that, extremely thin coat on it, and that'll last a while, and it'll be pretty effective in clarifying that glass because it kind of brings all those points together and makes it a clear shape. The problem is it attracts dirt and dust. It continues to move. It's not a permanent fix. The only permanent fix is to buff it out. And you can buff glass. I've never buffed glass. I know it can be done. I don't have any experience doing it. I've buffed a lot of acrylic, and I'm real familiar with that, and I rather enjoy doing it because you can make it so clear that it's like water. You just don't see anything except the water. It's really amazing how clear you can make acrylic. And that's one of the real benefits of acrylic. It's not reflective. You can make it super clear. So with water in a very clean, fresh, new acrylic tank, there's nothing between. There visibly appears to be nothing between you and the water. It's just water right there. It's amazing. It's a very unique kind of experience that you can't get with glass because glass is reflective. There's light that's bouncing off of it. If you have a light behind you or a flashlight or anything, it's reflecting on that glass. And even light reflects through the glass. The glass will catch a certain amount of it. So it literally lights up the glass. That doesn't happen with acrylic. Acrylic does not absorb light. It passes right through it. So fascinating stuff. It's what makes acrylic tanks better. There are downsides that are substantial and significant. It scratches with great ease. In fact, the public aquariums, they have such a problem with their large tanks that have like 4-inch thick acrylic that they put a 1/2-inch sheet of acrylic on the outside of it to protect it.
Wow.
From people scratching it, putting their hands on it, ring scratching it, just any kind of an abrasion. And it can be non-deliberate, any kind of contact with acrylic, because it is essentially a liquid, same as glass is. It's soft. It's very soft material. So it's very easy to embellish it, to damage it. And so they'll put this big sheet up, and then every year or so, they throw it away and replace it with a new one. Or if they want to spend the time, they'll buff it out. I doubt that any of them actually do that. It's pretty time consuming. But those panels would be worth something. They're not that cheap. And they get big panels. Yeah. 20-foot panels.
It'd have to be at least a couple of grand.
You'd think so. And they may. I mean, they may. I don't know about that, whether they polish them. They probably have them polished. They probably ship them out to somebody to do it. If they were smart, they would. But
right.
A lot of those aquariums, like the Baltimore Aquarium, it's so financially flush. I don't think they sweat the small stuff.
Probably not.
What else we got?
Then we've got the last question here.
Miniature black mollies.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, I never heard of a miniature black molly.
Same here.
Sure, they're not juveniles. Half an inch or less. It could be stunted, I guess. I don't know. I've never heard that. Yeah, that's not to say it doesn't exist. There certainly could be dwarf mollies. Wouldn't take much to achieve.
That would be pretty cool.
Just build a strain. Start building for size.
Mhm.
Breed the smaller and the smaller and the smaller. And eventually you'll have little ones. The Wickershire. Yeah.
I'll be right back. Work on getting Instagram back up.
Oh, that's interesting. Same fish for 45 years. What kind of fish do you know?
Oh, that's cool.
That's amazing.
That is. I guess the same pair or the same fish that he originally put in just kept breeding.
That's what I don't know. I don't know what he means by that. If it's the same specific fish, that would certainly point to an extraordinary level of fish husbandry
That it would.
to keep a tank healthy and balanced for 50 years.
Yeah.
I'm working on
Imagine
it.
that.
I'm working on it. I got one 25 years.
Yeah, I think it's been 25 years.
By the way, I just ordered a new camera. It'll be here. Should be here. No, it won't be here in time for Sunday. It'll be here next week. It's a much higher quality camera. And it's going to be on a stand. So I'll be able to move it around and show you more of the stuff that's here, there, and elsewhere.
That's going to be nice. Has it got a long cable to it?
Well, no, I have to give it a cable. But hopefully it'll hold it better. The problem with the camera I've got, if I touch it, I lose signal. The cable is not sufficiently tight in there that it just touching it causes the cable to disconnect. Interesting. Peat and charcoal. Interesting. Ooh.
That's contagious.
You know, what else we got? Adam's here. What's Adam saying? I have had 4 calls today. I just mentioned this. 4 calls today from people with exactly that experience. They failed and they failed and they failed and they got tired of failing. They found fatherfish, applied the system, and they're happy. And their tanks are happy. I
It's
don't know
amazing.
what more. Yeah. What else we got here?
That's what I'm looking for now.
Oh, all right. It's a guy whose father had fish for 50 years. That's about, I used to clean my grandmother's tank probably twice a year, actually.
Oh, we've got another question
Sure.
by Darbwire.
Darwire. No, I don't think so. Think about it. Think about it this way. In order for the population of fish that exists right now
Mhm.
of any given species to be able to remain the same in whatever environment they're in, and you have to do this by environment, a pond, a lake, a creek, some body of water that population of fish is living in. In order for them to maintain their numbers at a level that is healthy, the female in her lifetime has to produce two viable offspring. Two. She has babies probably 6 times a year, and it could be anywhere between, well, it'll increase as she gets older. So let's just say on average 15 a year. And let's say she lives for 2 years.
Mhm.
That's 15. 6 times 15 is 90. Times 2 is 180. So she's producing 180 offspring in her lifetime. This is being extremely conservative. Only 2 need to survive for the population to remain stable. So the fact that the bulk of them are being eaten up, she rather expects that's going to happen. That's why she has a large number, because predation is going to winnow that down. Disease, parasites, predation, pollutants, whatever. It's going to bring that down and down and down and down to the point where if she produces 1 fish a year and lives through 2 years, she's done her job. She has maintained the population of her species to the level of her responsibility. Now, let's say, because things vary all the time, that there is a population of this species of fish that are in an environment where nothing survives. Every fry they have is gobbled up instantly. There's no production there at all. There will be somewhere else in some secluded alcove a community of that same species that'll be highly productive to the point where they'll be pushing juveniles out into the wider world to make it on their own. So you've got a lot of variation in terms of any given species of fish as to how they're populating, how they're generating. In fact, whether they're sick or healthy. There's the whole population is not identical. There are variations within that population that may be extreme as one group that never has babies, another that has countless babies that survive. So fascinating stuff. There's been some research on that, particularly among the food fish people, to try to figure out how to increase food fish populations. And generally, that's enormously successful because the numbers are so high where you can finally figure out how to protect the fry. You've just got gangbuster harvests all the time. That's why the whole notion of destroying a population of fish by overharvesting is so outrageous, because part of harvesting is replenishing the population. You have to do that. if you're just harvesting to extinction, you're being fundamentally immoral.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Absolutely.
the reality is it's really, really, really hard to do that because, as I said before, any given population of fish is living in a wide range of environments. They're not all huddled together in one place. They're not all doing the same thing. There may be huge schools of fish in the ocean, but that's not even all of those. There still are offshoots. There still are smaller schools, lesser groups, outliers that are doing their own thing. So even though you capture a vast school of fish, you may not really be impacting that population at all if there are adequate spin-off groups, other groups that are being productive. But you need to know that. And the fisheries need to know that. And the fisheries are really good at doing that. We used to have a serious problem with it. And there's still some harvesters, particularly Chinese harvesters, who harvest beyond the ability of that specific environment to reestablish itself. In other words, they'll plunder a reef or plunder a given region and just take everything. And it may take a long time for that to then come back. That's irresponsible harvesting.
Mm-hmm.
But harvesting can be whatever we need it to be if we're sensitive to and careful about how we're promoting the repopulation of what we harvest. Because nature does that. It'll repopulate very quickly and very easily. It's not a real threat and a real problem and a real catastrophe because of the numbers that are involved. A salmon produces 100,000 eggs. Every salmon, 100,000 eggs. How many of those need to survive in order for that population to be wholly reestablished? Maybe they spawn from half a dozen fish, a dozen fish, out of the hundreds of thousands of fish that are harvested. I was Megan, who's here somewhere, I expect, in the background doing her thing. She's taking a series of courses on marine biology, which is fascinating. She said she had to answer a question, and she posed the question to me, and it was fascinating. The question was, what would Earth look like if we had a population of 10 billion people? That's billion with a B. 10 billion. Right now, it's about 2, maybe 3. So 3 times, 4 times higher, maybe 5 times higher than it currently is. Fascinating question. The popular wisdom is it would create famine, disease, cultural breakdown. It would be horrid. But think about this.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get to those numbers, what do you need?
I would think you need to have the infrastructure.
You need to have substantial increase in food supply.
Definitely.
You need to take very seriously, greatly expanding by at least 5 times or more the food supply. You would need to have very stable culture. That means no more wars.
Right.
You would have to have disease under control. You would have to have a nutrition available to the entire population, or at least the great mass of it. without starvation occurring. In other words, in order to get to that 10 billion, you would have to have a global effort to improve, increase, and make perfect the total environment of culturally, economically, nutritionally, even spiritually, to be able to get to that kind of number. Now, having said that, is it worth doing? You're damn straight it is. And that's what we ought to be doing. I think one of the most important things I ever read, Pope Paul said, in answer to the question about abortion, everyone should be welcome to the banquet table of life.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone. That means every potential one.
Mm-hmm.
Which means our job is to create a banquet table of life. That's why we're doing these silly little fish tanks. You do get that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
You do understand that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
If you like what this is, then we have suckered you in to being a soldier in the army of making our planet genuinely healthy, not sitting in a tree nailing yourself to something, but actually doing something, actually understanding what is needful and what we can depend on by doing some very simple things to give nature what it needs to be wholesome, healthy, happy, to improve the quality of life for ourselves, our neighbors, and the world. And it's right there in your little fish tank. Right there. Right there. See it? It's right there.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. Adam. What's Adam saying? Okay. You bet. And that's it. You know, the environmental movement makes people angry. And anger doesn't solve any problems.
No,
It doesn't make anything better. It makes things worse.
Mm.
The reality is that what has passed for environmentalism is in fact the deep state's psycho manipulation in order to maintain a level of chaos in culture that keeps the rich rich and the poor poor. That makes the rich richer and the poorer poorer, in point of fact. I got a call today from, this was fascinating. I can't give you too much detail because the person might very well be watching. But it was fascinating. And I had one of my staff online on the other phone listening to this conversation. Going on and on about how what we're doing is going up against the big money people. And that's true. We are. We're not for the sake of doing it, but by providing an option, an alternative, something that frankly we think is better and easier. It's an alternative. But this person is so focused on we gotta fight these people. We gotta fight them. We gotta holler at them. We gotta throw stones. We gotta scream at them. We gotta destroy them. We gotta put them down. Nonsense. That doesn't solve the problem. That's just negativity. That's what they want us to do. They want us to struggle. They want us to be angry. They want us to go after them because they're big enough and strong enough. We really can't touch them. We really can't. Who was it who said, what's the expression? Oh, golly. They joined the inner, what is it? The inner club. Oh, I have to think of it. I can't remember what it is. Fascinating. They become a member of the in crowd, of the inner club. No, that's not it. It'll come to me. I don't want to give it away, but I'll think of it and say it right. Anyway, where are we? What time is it? We're an hour and a half in.
Well,
Hour and a half in. We got time yet.
yeah, I'm not sure how I got booted. Somehow I got booted from StreamYard.
I did earlier.
Yes, weird.
Yeah, I got kicked off.
Yeah, maybe the storm that's coming in. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Are you
storming,
having stormy
storming
weather in your area?
I don't know. No, they're just they're out to get us. That's all.
Right?
We just ain't gonna let them. We just ain't gonna let them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and we're not going to go up against them. We're not going to fight them. We're going to do our thing.
That's it.
We're going to do what is needful and right and just and godly to do.
That's it.
And if we do that, we can do that with joy in our hearts.
Yes, we can.
And we need to do that with joy in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's joy that overcomes anger, frustration, anxiety, all of that. That's what happens with these fish tanks. People, why does somebody buy a fish tank? Why did they do it? Why would anyone want to do such a bizarre thing as go out and buy a glass box, spend hundreds of dollars on something they frankly know that much about?
Mm-hmm.
Bring it all home, throw it all together, watch it die, go back and get more, bring that home, watch it die.
Mm-hmm.
Go out and buy some medicine, bring that home, dump it in, watch it die.
That's definitely how it works with some methods.
Go and get some more, bring it home, watch it die, and then get tired of watching it die.
Right.
And what do they do? So what do they do? The tank goes out on the curb. They give up, they quit. And then somewhere along the line, because they never gave up this notion that, boy, there's something that grabs the heart about a fish tank.
It does.
There's something that is it's that song we sing, and it's why I wrote those words that way, because that's the experience. We're drawn into that world, and it's the world of beauty and joy and love, of peace, of serenity. It's amazing. And so we want so badly to be able to achieve that we struggle to do it. And the struggle destroys it. That throwing things into it, fixing it, getting your hands in there, doing it all the time, destroys it.
Yeah, it does.
Playing God.
Right.
Playing God. Acting like I am the only one I can depend on to do what needs to be done in this world. And if it ain't me, it's nobody. Well, you need to do your part to be sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to know what your part is. Now, that's going to vary person to person. It depends on everything. Depends on who you are and what you're really about and what enriches your life, what gives you joy, what makes it possible for you to be at peace in the evening, healthy, happy, and successful. What that is, what gives you that is your part. It's your and all of us have a part. We're all together in this.
Right.
So we all have a part. And we're all kind of linked in with each other.
Mm-hmm.
This hobby is a hermit's hobby.
That it is.
You do it by yourself, but you don't. Because you share. Given any opportunity at all, finding another person who has some awareness of what that is, that is a spectacular moment. That's a great joy. That's why clubs are so vital, and why people are so committed to them, because we want to be able to share what we're doing, and that's where we share. This is my club. I got a big club.
Hey, it's a really good club too. You know, a lot of good people here.
Right. Big club. And I get to shoot my mouth off all the time.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
And those who love it, love it. And those
That's
who don't,
good.
go somewhere else and do something.
Right.
Just make sure when you do, you love what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
That's
Do
it.
it because do it for the joy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it for the anger. Don't do it for the meanness. Don't do it to be harsh. Don't do it for the hate. Do it for the joy. Do it for the love. That's why we do these tanks. We do them for the joy. We do them for the love. And by watching it, backing off, putting in place the few little things that are needful, we see the hand of God in that little fish tank.
Right.
We
We
see
really do.
things happening that we don't have any control over at all.
Mm-hmm.
None. Zero, zip, nada. And it's going on, and so much is going on that we can't see, that's invisible to us. But we know it's happening. And then we get caught up in the life of the fish and the plants, and the joy is complete. That's why I've got this store. I can't do without. I can't be without fish. And once I had a big store with like 400 to 500 tanks, monster store. That I had people in there occasionally helping. Some people really committed. A lot of people, truthfully, really committed to it. But it was a monster. And it wasn't making any money. That was the worst of it. I didn't have enough income to barely keep it going. And I got worn out on it. So I gave it up and said I'd never do it again. And here I am. Not bigger, mind you, but better. With people involved who are excited and committed. So my commitment is to make sure we've got the resources to keep it all going, to keep the boat afloat, and to keep it going. So here's my pitch. We need you tonight or this week. What do you got? 52 people here.
Mm-hmm.
We need you this week to get on the Shopify store and buy something that you need that will give you joy, that you will love to have. We've got 1,000 items there, and every one of them are a blessing, or can be a blessing. So please go buy a blessing and help us pay the bills so we can keep everybody fed and keep this family thriving.
I've got the link to the, and I've got the,
it's my job. That's my job.
yeah. And I've got the link to the shop in the chat.
Very good.
Hey, I'll be right back and you take a quick restroom break.
Yeah, I think we need to take I feel like we have to take a break.
Okay, you want to take a break at the same time?
No, go ahead. I'm going to figure out what that means. Okay. What we ought to do is put a video up or something.
Oh, that would be cool.
We could do a song.
Yeah, put the song up.
Let me find something.
Do you want me to put the I Love My Little Disney song up?
No. I'm going to do something else.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do something else.
Cool, can't wait.
I'm gonna go in. Oh, look at this. Oh, we gotta look at this. This is way cool. Here's a brand new one. What is this? This will be fun. How can I gotta turn the volume on to do this. There we go. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can do this now. Let me go back here and I'm going to click on something down here. Is it that? What is it? Share screen. Yep. Okay, there it is. All right. Let me get back over there. Yes. Okay. Now I'm going to get back to it. Go. Well, after struggling for years with this issue, we have finally resolved to feed one item, just one. And it's not something we buy from a local fish store, nor is it something we manufacture. Rather, when we go to the supermarket to buy food for ourselves, we also buy food for our fish.
Start with a bag of frozen shrimp. But this is what it looks like. Whole frozen shrimp. And I get the lard. We add a little bit of water. It's all chopped up. You want just enough that it's going to stick and make a nice paste. We take the processed shrimp out and load it into bags. And I fill the bag about halfway, not like that. And we're going to flatten it. And then mush it till it's all flat. And that's how we freeze it. When you go to feed your fish, you just open the bag, you break a piece off, and the fish have their lunch. And this is the best part.
What do you feed your fish? Well, after struggling for years with this issue, we have finally resolved to feed one item, just one. And it's not something we buy from a local fish store, nor is it something we manufacture. Rather, when we go to the supermarket to buy food for ourselves, we also buy food for our fish.
Start with a bag of frozen shrimp. But this is what it looks like. Whole frozen shrimp. And
had Brenda's video up with her.
Yeah, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
We've added a few more things now. We do have 2 dry foods. One is, and they're both really remarkable foods. We used to sell a product called Prime. And then before that, and Prime is a fish food manufactured in Israel for the commercial food trade, the commercial fish industry. Prior to that, we were buying a food from Japan that is reputed to be the best food in the world. So after doing that, we decided to combine those and one other secret ingredient and make our own mix. So this is the best of the best. It's not just the best fish food you can buy, it's the best of the best fish food you can buy. I wonder, it's a pelletized food. You got a pound for $20. There's another product that we just started carrying that we're enormously excited about. It's a flake food. Now, I have been absolute death on flake foods since they first came out. And the reason is it's worthless as food. They make a paste out of offal, O-F-F-A-L. If you don't know what that is, it's fish waste and other garbage.
That doesn't sound good for the fish at all.
Garbage. It's stuff that would otherwise go to the landfill or be burned up in some furnace, blow furnace. It's waste that is bought at the rate of a penny a ton by processing plants that turn it into fish food. And if you think I'm wrong, read the ingredients.
Oh.
It'll make it very clear what it is that's in this stuff. So the other problem with the flake is they take that mess, that rancid, foul soup that they create with all this, they spread it out in vast trays and bake it at like 1,000 degrees. Drive all the moisture out of it, turn it into a thin crust. And then they break up that crust, package it, and sell it to us as flake food.
Yeah, that doesn't sound healthy. That sounds horrible.
So here's what we have. We have a product that's ostensibly a flake food. I mean, it looks like a flake food. It does not smell like a flake food. It certainly does not taste like a flake food. And the fish don't treat it like flake food. It is a very healthy mixture of 2 or 3 ingredients. And there are a series of formulas for this. The one we have that we're selling right now is mysis shrimp and garlic. It's mysis shrimp that are ground into a paste, mixed with garlic, spread on a tray, and then allowed to evaporate under a very, very, very low heat, about 110. Just low enough to slowly drive much of the moisture off. Not all of it, because what you get is a flake that is, while it's crumbly, it also obviously has moisture in it. It has some thickness to it. It has integrity, if you will. Well, it's got proteins in it. It's got viable fats in it. You know, it's got living material in it. It's not a dead food. It's a living food, a live flake food that is processed to the point where it can be kept on the shelf for 3 to 4 months. You should never buy more than you need in order to feed it out in 3 to 4 months. We sell it in a 16-ounce cup, about a 1 pound cup, for $20. And it'll be enough in there to feed all your fish for at least a month, if not 2 months. You will be astounded at how the fish treat this. It's like the best thing they've ever had in their life. It's absolutely amazing. And from the instant you drop one flake in, they're all over it. They can smell it. They can taste it. It's the best stuff. The garlic it encourages fish to eat. It's an appetite, whatever it's called, an appetizer, something that improves appetite. And the mysis is the one food in the world that fish love best of all, other than each other. They do love to eat each other.
Right.
But shrimp are second on the list.
Mm-hmm. Everything eats shrimp.
And easier to get, and you get more of them. Mm-hmm. And they eat more of them. And the mysis shrimp is wonderful. It's just packed with fatty acids and with nutrients. It comes out of what comes out of ice water in the South Atlantic that's harvested by the megaton, and so primarily a lot of it is baked hard. A lot of it is really wasted nutritionally, but it also goes into things like fish cakes and other food products that we enjoy. But it goes into fish food as well, and it's a delight to feed it. It's a joy to feed it. You feel like you're putting something rich and valuable in the tank when you feed it. It's just the nicest thing I've done in a long time. Is I was so excited about it. And the company that makes it is a very small company that does it as private label. So we get enough of this going, we'll be able to we're doing that now anyway. We're putting our own label on it. We're buying it in bulk and repackaging it and putting our own label on it. And we call it Nutra Preta. Nutra Preta. So it is that which is of the earth that is nutrition.
Love it.
Wonderful stuff. You need to try it. It's a joy, an absolute joy to feed. My staff love to feed it. I can't keep it out of their hands. They're in there feeding us stuff all day long. And normally I get real uptight about that. Mm-hmm. But when I look at the fish and the fact that, we've got all of our tanks are balanced, healthy tanks. And if something starts getting a little funny, they're right on it. They're doing water changes, cleaning, whatever it takes to keep it stable. So, keep in mind that when something begins to go wrong, don't let it go wrong worse and worse and worse before it gets better. Stop and distract, figure out what's wrong, and fix it. That's your job, to keep it from getting worse and stop it so that it returns to its normal, healthy, stable state. So you want to keep the extremities in, and keep it on the straight and narrow. It's all in the Bible. It's all in there.
Well, looks like we got Sailor Ed.
Sailor Ed is here. Hot dog. Sailor Ed.
Hey everybody.
Hey,
I'm doing much better recently. I was just staring at this is my 29-gallon shrimp tank, and you can see the little bits of duckweed that come down from the hang on the back filter. And it just makes me think of a little upside down green snow globe.
Oh yeah. That's fun.
And another thought I had just a few moments ago, those little sponge filters, the dual ones that I'm showing there.
Yeah.
They're articulated on the bottom, and I'd like to put the sponge filter as near to the top as I can to cut down on some of the noise from the bubbles.
Yeah.
But you could bend those, and point them down and still have the sponge way down in the water and the other part up. That'd be, I don't know. I just thought that was fun.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So
yeah,
I'm
I
gonna,
don't use them. Not that I don't like them. I just never got into them because I got into those big hunky single sponge.
I got interested in them because they didn't take up any space on the bottom.
Right. That's true. That's true.
But I was going to mention something going on over here, but waited too long and the light went out.
Right.
So there we have it. Anywho, big storm coming, supposed to break the heat dome. I'm thinking about going outside tomorrow.
That would be fun. How are you feeling?
I'm doing better.
That's great. I know what that's like. I've been going through that for 6-8 months now, and I'm just a little bit better every day.
The most disappointing thing that happened this week was I got my Medicare card in the mail. That means I'm old. I'm officially old. And it comes with a pay cut, so really looking forward to that.
Yeah, I know. Well, these are the best years.
Oh, I hope so.
They really are, because you got everything. You know how to get everything battened down. You know how to do stuff. You got your head screwed on straight. You can do what you want to do.
I took my wife to the hospital today, and the doctor that came in, I had never met him. I wanted to, just to make sure it wasn't just another money harvester. And he was very, what would the word be? He was, I want to say he was even religious, but he was, I don't know, he was well grounded, and he gave me a few ways to think that I really hadn't.
Nice. Yeah, it's great when that can happen, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, now this Amazon sword, it may be one of the older ones that I have, but it has really gone, well, obviously from the bottom to the top. And they talk about, a mother Amazon sword. It's never produced anything other than itself. Is it possible this is a daddy Amazon sword?
Daddy would send out runners. If you will look at the bottom, and I can see it from here, it looks like if you actually removed that, you would see 2 or 3 plants that are cloned to that main ball.
Okay.
So that's how they grow. They kind of clone themselves right on the ball. The mother plants do.
I have to say, since going fish, the whole plant thing has gone entirely better. That lotus, that red lotus, whatever.
Yeah, the tiger lotus.
Tiger lotus. I bought one of those. I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
and I've never bought any more. And there's a red lotus in that tank. There's a red lotus in the 55 over there. There's a red lotus in each of my tins.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Actually, there's two in the 75.
Well, that's what those bulbs do. They'll send off, but they'll grow more than one plant, and then they disconnect, and they'll actually grow a new bulb.
Yeah, what I've noticed, at least what I think I've noticed, if you move one, you got to move it for better light or what have you, and then if the bulb comes up with it and separates, just plant the bulb somewhere else and it'll start all over again.
That's exactly right.
Isn't that amazing?
It really is.
Oh, and Dina, I forget what I said. What kind of wood or what kind of plant root spiderwood is, but I know they're supposed to bloom in the spring, but mine are in full bloom. Of course, it's rained every day all summer. Azalea plants.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
So I know roots will continue to grow until the ground freezes. So, I'm growing them to be decoration in my big tank when I get it. Of course, I don't know when that'll ever be, but I figure I'll just grow the azaleas till I'm ready, and then I imagine the roots will be limber when you first dig it up, so I'll shape them into some interesting shapes and dry them in the sun and see what happens.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
Neat.
Yeah, I'll try and get some pictures and put them on Discord or something. I haven't been on Discord in forever.
Can't wait to see it.
All right, but then the yellow shrimp in this tank, it was a Skittles tank, but I took everybody out except for the yellow ones and the blue ones. And of course, there's some leftovers, but I'm going to take this one all yellow, and because the yellow shrimp have just exploded in here. They're hard to see because a lot of them are small, but holy smokes, there was 4 of them in here when I started, and there's got to be 30 now, and it's only been, 4 months.
Yeah,
So,
it is such fun to see a tank a year old that's got year-old shrimp in it that are all sizes. I've been doing it now for a while, and I'm just beginning to really get to the point where I've got a lot of shrimp in some of my tanks, and it really
I don't know.
is.
That's my new favorite. He's
Oh, I think we lost him.
Lost everybody.
Yep. See if I can get you back up. Nope. There we go. Gotcha. Not sure what's going on with Discord tonight.
Weird, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ed. Appreciate having you. Wonderful to have you. Good to see you.
Oh, Doompat had a question.
Yes.
He wants to know if he can feed American crawfish tails, and maybe it might have the same effect as shrimp.
Oh, you bet. You're out collecting them? Are you collecting them? I hope you're not buying them. It costs more than shrimp do.
Right, they do. I believe he's out collecting them.
Well, you should be. Yeah, I don't know where you live. If you're down in the swamps, that's fabulous food.
Here you go.
We got invaded by the red. Oh, in the Netherlands. Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, if you crush them, the shell and all, and throw the whole thing in crushed, the fish will love it. They'll eat it out of all those little pieces of shell, and that shell will deteriorate and add calcium. So the snails will eat the shell too. It's really an excellent thing to be able to do. If you got it in sufficient quantity to be able to feed that, it's absolutely perfect food.
And then Josh,
probably better than shrimp, probably.
Sorry.
Yeah, you can. You can. I I did that for a while. I don't do it anymore because I've got these other foods I really like. And there are some fish that really need vegetable matter. So anything with spirulina in it, or algae, or any other kind of plant material is that, and that's the next food that the next flake we're gonna make available is a spirulina, and that'll be coming on market pretty quick here.
Are you gonna
The
be
pellet,
making,
the
shrimp?
pellet has a lot of vegetable matter in it.
Mhm. Are you guys gonna be making something similar to shallow? You know, like fish and snail, snail and shrimp food?
I hadn't thought about it. You know, Foxy's doing Snello. That's
Oh,
her
that's
thing.
right.
And we could market that for her. I could buy it.
Mhm.
I should talk to her about that. You know, see if she wants to sell it to me at wholesale so I can list it as her product.
Mhm.
I'd be happy to do that.
And then Beto Great Lakes asked this.
I think that no, they don't date. All of the Julies I think are wonderful. Um, Cinnamon brought me a hatch of ornatas, Jolie ornatas. I got Lord knows how many, 50 or 60 at least. And they were half an inch to an inch. This was a couple of months ago. They're now an inch to an inch and a half. So they're fairly slow growing in that quantity at least, but they generally are. They are not a digger. They are a stunningly beautiful fish. They need to get big before they breed. They need to be like 3 to 4 inches, pretty good size before they'll spawn. And that takes a couple of years to get them up to that size. So you're not going to breed them in a year. They're a gentle fish. They're not aggressive at all. They're very pretty. There are 4 or 5 different species of Gelidochromis, maybe more, at least that many, probably a bunch of subspecies. The ornatus, I think, is the prettiest. It's got more patterning. Nice color, nice pattern, great fish, easy to keep, pretty healthy. I've never had any kind of problem with Jolies. You know what? I've got my mic turned off. I've had this thing hanging here all day and I got it unplugged.
Hey, we can hear you just fine.
Oh, it's the camera.
Yeah, it must be the mic built into the camera.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I've unplugged the camera, which probably means that all the downloading I was doing is going to stop.
Hopefully not.
Oh, well, I'll just redo it all. I don't care.
Mhm.
We'll see. It's supposed to be saved, so
That's good.
I haven't done this before. Let me see. Let me go and let me see if I can hook up the microphone, audio, mic file. Yeah, I think it's there.
Hey, that's good.
Logitech. This is the file, right? Interesting. Yeah, it's default to it defaults to pile. So once I plug it in, it's active.
Hey, that works. We also
I'm
have a
really,
dark
I'm
wire.
excited about this new camera I'm getting.
Oh, I bet.
Let's see, what is Star Wars saying? What happened to it?
Should be back up now.
Oh, there we go.
Mhm.
I like Red Root is good. What's the other ones? Not spirulina. My brain all of a sudden.
Water spangle?
No.
Mhm.
No, it's a small floating plant like duckweed.
Salvinia.
So,
Salvinia?
yeah, Salvinia. I think so. That's right. Yeah. That also kills duckweed. And it'll mat. I mean, it'll get. We've got tubs outside that have an inch thick mat of inch thick mat of Salvinia. It's how Greg is here.
Oh, awesome.
Look at this. Hey, Greg.
Hey, Father Fish. Hey, Miss Dina.
Hey,
How are y'all?
good.
Any eggs yet?
They are cleaning that cone and defending it like you wouldn't believe. So I think it won't be long. I'll be having some pink babies.
Oh, that'll be exciting.
Yeah, well,
They were cleaning it really good. I was hoping to get where y'all could see the behavior. It's very interesting.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
For people that haven't seen it before.
Right.
But they're running two koi. They're steadily pushing them away, and they have been cleaning that cone like crazy.
Oh, cool. So it's going to happen.
I think it's going to happen. And it's going to be those two. I wasn't sure if I had a pair.
They sure act like it, don't they?
They do, and they'll get if I'll quit moving, they'll get over there and start cleaning on that thing. Pretty aggressive cleaning.
Huh. Nice. That's going to be fun.
They're absolutely beautiful.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I'm excited for you.
Yep, those will be my new favorite thing.
Right. Right.
I might get rid of some guppies.
Oh, those are gorgeous.
Those pink ones in there.
Pretty stuff.
I love what you did with that tank, Greg.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got to get some of that.
Oh, same here. We got to get to Walmart.
Right. Right.
Yeah, get to Walmart. Get the cheap stuff.
Right.
Really?
All right. Well, I thought I was going to be able to come up here and let y'all see them cleaning, but as soon as I set the camera up on the tripod, they're like, "Hey, feed me."
They quit. Right.
They said, "Feed me, Junior. Don't worry about what we're doing."
Funny. Right. Exactly. You're here for food.
Right. The second they see you walk up, that's what they think of.
We're not here to entertain you. We're here to eat.
Right.
That's it, exactly. Mind your business. All right. Well, I'll back on out of here.
Thank you, Greg. Good to see
y'all
you.
next week.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks. He's got some gorgeous angels.
Oh, I know. Is it really? It really is.
What?
5 minutes of 8.
Really? Time
Really?
flies.
That's amazing.
Right?
All right. Are we done? All in, all done.
I think so.
Love you guys.
Love y'all.
Fun evening. Had a good time tonight. Is the song up? Are we ready?
Actually, I need to grab it back up real quick. For some reason, I guess whenever it booted me, it removed the song.
Oh, yeah, right. Exactly. Right.
You ready?
You ready?
All right.
Do it.
Love my little fishes
All right.
as they swim about their home. I
love my
little fishes as they swim
about their home.
when the sun shines upon them, and the colors begin to glow, and drawn into a world where my heart longs to go. I have scenes of beauty and feel the warmth of love. I love my little fishes as they swim about their home. I have traveled
the world over,
but never found
no peace, no peace.
that comes from watching my fishes
Oh, my
as they
fishies.
swim about their home.
Oh,
My heart is happy and
and
I am
I am
content
content. Oh, I'm so
to sit
content.
and watch them swim.
Swim they
I
do.
will not be alone
I'm not
while
alone.
these fishies are
In
in
my
my
Oh,
When the
yeah.
sunlight shines
Shines
upon
upon
them
them.
and
and
the
the
And
colors
colors
from
begin to
begin to
to
glow,
glow.
glow.
and
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 drawn
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 into
into
a
a
world
world
where
where
my
my
heart
heart
longs to
longs to
go.
go.
I
I
imagine
imagine
scenes
scenes
of
of
beauty
beauty
and feel
and
the
feel the
warmth
warmth
of
of
love.
love.
I
I
I
love
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 my
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 little
little
fishes
fishes.
as
as
they
they
swim
swim
about
about
their
their
home.
home.
We're good night. God bless you all.
God bless y'all. Love y'all.
Wonderful to be here. Love
That
you
has
all.
been.
Each and every one of you. I love you more than I love the other one. I love more this one than I love the last one. And I love the next one even more. Love you all with love that grows. Amen, brother. God bless you.
God bless y'all.
Yeah. How do we end this? There we
Oh,
go.
I see it.